GM everyone, we survived the craziest week that will be written in crypto history. Bunch of good news from the NFT space were completely overshadowed by collapsing Luna and UST tokens, where over $50 billion were completely wiped out within like a few days. The market was crashing, everything including stocks, crypto and NFTs were in red, and it was just wild. Even crypto OGs were saying that they have never experienced anything like that. So let's just go through the events to wrap up this week. And of course, we have to start with the Terra Luna situation. So just a quick recap. Luna is that asset of Terra blockchain. But there is not only Luna, there is also that stablecoin called UST. So we got Luna, we got UST. Luna is trading based on the demand and supply. So if people believe more in the ecosystem, the price of the Luna is going up. If people believe less in the ecosystem, the price of the Luna is going down. Which is different comparing to the UST. UST is the stablecoin, so it's pegged to $1. It's got its peg at $1, so basically it's stable. At least it should be. So the algorithmic mechanism is simple. One UST is always exchangeable for $1 worth of Luna, and vice versa. So let's say if UST is no longer $1, and let's say 99 cents, it creates that arbitrage opportunity where people can buy it for 99 cents and sell it, exchange it immediately for $1 worth of Luna. So they make an instant profit. The buying pressure when people buying the cheaper UST is pushing the prices back towards the $1 peg. So it's stable again. As long as people believe in this ecosystem, everything works well. And people using this arbitrage opportunity, they are making money. But when people get scared because of some event, like this time, they no longer want to participate because they don't want to risk it. So they rather try to take all these Luna and UST and try to sell it. And that's very briefly what happened. So basically a very well capitalized player borrowed 100,000 Bitcoins and accumulated 1 billion UST. When there was the right time last week, they offloaded 350 million UST to destabilize the peg. And it worked, and the peg went somewhere below 98 cents. So for Terra to stabilize it again, they had to sell Bitcoins from their reserves and push it back again. And it worked. But the attacker still had remaining 650 million UST, so they went to Binance and they started aggressively offloading the remaining UST. This caused like a huge panic. And as we said before, like people believe in the arbitrage opportunity only when they believe in the entire ecosystem, right? If they no longer believe in the ecosystem, they don't want to risk any arbitrage. As a result, Terra ecosystem crashed. It lost over $50 billion over a period like 3 days. And of course it affected also the other markets. Many people and funds had to sell their Ether and Bitcoin to survive and not to get liquidated, so it spilled into other areas. And basically every top 100 crypto, and of course even NFTs, experienced a big downturn because of this. The attacker apparently made somewhere around $900 million from it, and it seems like the under-collateralized stablecoins are no longer the way to go. There was so much drama from the Terra collapse, but there were also some bright moments from NFT space. On Monday, Instagram started testing the NFT Integration, which is in my opinion pretty underrated. Of course, Instagram is a centralized platform, and they even say so.
But Instagram is fundamentally a centralized platform, so there's a tension there. So one of the reasons why we're starting small is we want to make sure that we can learn from the community.
But remember, last year, when Facebook announced they're going Meta, we were like, oh my god, so they're going to build it in this very centralized way. They will never use Ethereum, they will never use any decentralized protocol, and they will just make it like completely centralized. But the message now is more like, we want to work with Web3. We see Web3 is important, and we will use these decentralized protocols to integrate NFTs into our platforms. There is over 1.4 billion people actively using Instagram, so I think it's pretty bullish overall. They will start with Ethereum and Polygon, and later on they will add support for Solana and Flow, and some accounts are already using that. So I was actually positively surprised about this. Otherside gave us a first teaser to see how the game is going to look like. So when we go through the teaser, we see there is an ape, Curtis, that is running over some NFT land that probably someone owns, and it looks pretty dope. Apparently you can talk to people, there is some voice chat, and it is built on that M2 network in partnership with Improbable. Yeah, we see the iconic club where the journey started over a year ago. Yeah, time flies, that's insane. And the ape running through the biogenic swamp, or what's that? It's pretty cool. Improbable also showed us a sneak peek about how the future meetings on the other side might look like. They use the same technology for their town hall, and it looks pretty fun. If you haven't seen it yet, I made a quick video about the Otherside Metaverse by Yuga Labs, where I explain things deeper, and I even talk about my strategy when choosing the NFT land, because there were so many options. So the link is up there, feel free to check it out. OpenSea has done 2 billion volume in May. So yeah, we see the decline in volume since basically the beginning of this year, which kind of makes sense considering the macro events that are happening in this world, such as the high inflation, ongoing conflict in Ukraine, higher interest rates, and the quantitative tightening that is coming, and constant worries about the recession. So that's kind of world and macro we are living at these days. Next, Artifact. On Wednesday, there was a meetup for the Artifact community in NYC, and it was actually so dope.
Welcome to An Arrow Through History.
There was Takashi Murakami. He was presenting his Murakami flowers, that pixelated art. There are so many clones, founders of Artifact, and even Steve Aoki. So yeah, it was pretty dope. Like everyone had a Nike kicks because, you know, like Nike bought Artifact and they recently introduced the Nike crypto kicks. And these in real life events are always good. So I'm already looking forward for the NFT NYC that is happening next month. Terra and Luna was not only drama this week, but also the Azuki Drama was everywhere, at least in the NFT space. So basically, Azuki are one of the top NFT collections that were considered being a blue chip. Until Zagabond, the founder of Azuki, revealed that he also founded 3 other NFT projects, namely CryptoFunks, CryptoZanks, and Tendies, that are now considered being abandoned. Many people were shocked and started selling Azuki. Others started to defending Zagabond. On Wednesday, he went on a Twitter space hosted by Andrew Wang, but it didn't go really well, so he eventually apologized. Anyway, the floor of Azuki dropped massively to 7.5 ETH on Wednesday, and since then it's starting to climbing back and recovering. Seems like Azuki holders still like being a part of the community, so let's see how it's gonna go. Next, Madonna giving a birth to art. Madonna sold her 3 NFTs at Super Rare for over 300 ETH. The most expensive one went for 170.5 ETH, which is somewhere around $350,000. And it was kind of provocative. She said she worked on that for over a year with people. People actually created that art. It was all about Madonna giving birth to art and creativity. She used the technology that creates that 3D model of her. So it was really Madonna. So I don't know, guys. Like, you tell me what you think about. Anyway, like, all the money went to 3 different charities to support women and children all around the world. So it was pretty nice. So yeah, it was a wild week in NFTs. Seems like the floors kind of recovered from the biggest lows on Thursday and Friday. And there is some new incoming volume. Still, you guys know I'm so bullish on the NFT technology long term. I believe we are heading more digital. The process already started years ago and we're not going back. I believe like being able to own digital assets and prove the ownership on blockchain is revolutionary. And we are just very, very, very early. If you like the video, hit the like button below. It helps with the YouTube algorithm so much. And subscribe so that you're the first one for the next ones. Thank you for watching, and as always, let's go!